Hello YouTube, Film Buff 06 here with just a review slash mild rant this time on this action comedy film called Air America, which was released in 1990, and it was directed by Roger Spottiswoode, the man behind such movies as The Sixth Day with Arnold, which featured Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the Devil, Turner and Hooch, which featured Tom Hanks and a dog, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone and Estelle Getty, and so on. Oh, and also Tomorrow Never Dies, Pierce Brosnan's second film as James Bond, yes. Now this was apparently based on a non-fiction book published in 1979 by this guy called Christopher Robbins, and I'm not particularly keen on getting the book or reading it. What is the plot to this movie? To be honest, it's just nothing I can salvage. I mean, just nothing I can salvage. It's just it's this couple of guys played by Mel Gibson, who at that time was such a big star in the likes of Lethal Weapon and Mad Max and the sort, before he directed the overrated as hell bore fest, which was Braveheart, and became an anti-Semitic, lunatic, idiot, that sort of thing. And the other one, and alongside him is pre-Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. And the plot, nothing I can salvage, just this couple of guys. It's set during the Vietnam War in 1969, particularly in Laos, and they try to smuggle heroin shipments of heroin, and that's all I can remember from the plot, because to be honest, just nothing happens in this film. I mean, this film was so frickin' boring. I mean, I don't care about this film at all. I mean, it was so boring. I actually fell asleep. For almost the entire time I watched the movie. And you know what really pisses me off about this film is that for a movie that's supposed to be almost 2 hours, when you watch it, it just feels like you're watching it for 4 hours and eternity, and it's just an eternity, and and it just felt that way. I know I said this before in like a I said this before in a comment, in a previous comment. You know when the armchair directors did their, their silent and admittedly quite hilarious review of hilarious and short review of this film. They where they trashed their Blu-ray copy of the film into the bin where it belongs. I put in when I used to be a regular commenter. I said that the experience of watching this film is akin to suffering a massive temporary stroke from the beginning up towards the when you've finished the film. And I still think that, I mean, it's like I suffered a massive stroke, and I felt my brain cells I felt paralyzed intellectually and emotionally by this garbage that I'd just seen. And that's how depressed I am by this film. How gravely depressed I am with this film. If any mention of this film is always going to get me gravely depressed, because there's nothing of any excitement or interest happening throughout the film, except for just some explosions that happen for some reason. What are my thoughts on this film? Badly written script, amateurish direction, bad acting. Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr., what the hell were you doing making this? The soundtrack is depressingly generic, and in particular it has one of my favourite Frank Sinatra songs playing at the end of the movie, Come Fly With Me, and that was just, that's my reaction. The locations, I think, were good. That's just, I know that this is rather vague, rather quite rambling again, but to be honest, that's how much I really don't care about this film at all. I know that this is the first rant where I haven't uttered any like swear words for comic effect, but we'll save for just the one or two. But I just feel emotionally drained out by this film. think that's just... I'm just speechless by this film. That's just all I can say. Feel free to comment below and oh, sorry, please, if you're a fan of Mel Gibson's work, just go and look elsewhere, and please go watch the Iron Man trilogy if you are real Robert Downey Jr. fans. Anyway, feel free to comment below and let me know if you are either a Mel Gibson or a Robert Downey Jr. fan, or you are a fan of both actors. Plus, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And until my next video, whatever it may be, take care, everyone. And good night.